Hey guys, Red Pen Mining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, man, please don't mind the mess of little Bitcoin miners in my background here. I have way too much. Anyways, guys, I just received the new Fluminer T3, and I have to say, I am severely disappointed with this new Bitcoin miner. I got a lot of things to say. I've already had this for the past day. I've already been testing the 3 different power modes that this has. I'm gonna do the efficiency numbers for you guys, and I do want to compare it to like the likes of an Avalon Q. We're gonna do that as well. And yeah, so yeah, just right away, I'm actually very disappointed with this thing. So let's just go through everything regarding the T3 here. I do understand this is the first batch. This model I have has firmware 1.0, and so there hasn't been any new firmware updates or anything as I know right now. But I have been told in about 2 weeks time, as of recording this video, that there is going to be a newer firmware, also a, I guess, upgraded fan model that's hopefully going to be quieter because, yeah, it's pretty loud. Let me see here. 74 decibels, okay? And I'm actually on silent mode right now because I can't run the other 2 modes, normal and efficiency mode, which is higher power usage, on my 120 volt 20 amp circuit. Okay, even on my 20 amp, okay, that was not supposed to fall, but anyways, on my 20 amp 120 volt circuit, I could not do normal mode or the efficiency mode, which is the highest power consumption and hash rate, but so I had to bring it downstairs and do that test. But I have the numbers and I do want to go through that real quick with you guys here. So thank you to cryptominerbros.com for sending me this Fluminer T3. Disclaimer, I did get another one about 2 weeks ago, but it just didn't work. No matter what I did, no matter what I tried, it just wouldn't mine at all, and so I didn't even bother making a video because it didn't even work. So I sent that one back, and now I got a new one here, but like I said in the beginning, I'm very disappointed in this thing. So just laying it flat here, I just wanted to show you guys the sticker here. So I have the T3 model, 110 terahash. Now I know before, like last year when they announced it, that this was supposed to be like a 115 terahash model, and so yeah, I don't have 115 terahash, it's 110. So the shell, just real quick, it is basically a Fluminer L1 Pro, like the script miner that Fluminer makes. It's the exact same shell, and shout out to Altair Tech, they actually took it apart already, all the way down to the hash boards, to the chips, and they're actually using Bitmain BM1370 ASIC chips, all right, from the Bitmain S21 series or S21 XP series. But unfortunately, we're not getting the efficiency level that Fluminer has advertised on this thing. So I want to go through now the efficiency that we can achieve on this thing, which I've been testing over the past day here. And here's just the power supply on the back. It is a C19. There is an Ethernet port there as well as wireless. I got wireless to work, no problem. I just had to use my phone, connect to it, set it up that way. Very easy, just like connecting to a, you know, Nerd QX, all these little tiny Bitcoin miners, the exact same way. It does come with rack mount ears as well if you want to rack mount this to a server rack, but I don't think anyone's gonna buy this anyway. So let's now talk about the efficiency that we can achieve on here. So right now I am on the silent mode, and it's taken about 1700 watts. And here's the web GUI, okay? I'm getting this E205 error. It just keeps going and going and going. I'm not quite sure why. So we were at like 1700 watts, right? And in the power in the web GUI, it shows 1520. So we're a good 180 watts off in terms of the web UI power consumption there. And now, okay, so I had one hell of a time getting this thing to mine, okay? So it doesn't work on majority of the pools. The only mining pool that this only works with is ViaBTC. So I don't know why it only works on ViaBTC, but yeah, I had one heck of time. I even had a hard time getting it to work on ViaBTC. I actually had to change my worker name. I had it like at Fluminer T3, and for some reason, I think numerical like worker names didn't work. So I changed it to RPM3, and then it worked for some strange reason. But anyways, I am on this mode here, okay, just to show you guys here. There's running setting. So this is where I can change the power mode. And so we're on silent mode, and I'm unfortunately unable to go to normal mode and efficiency mode on my 120 volt 20 amp circuit. Normal mode, it would just conk out and not work. It was not capable of going past that because of my watt meter. It said it was overloading on normal mode, because normal mode, which I'll just show you guys here, okay, the hash rate that I was achieving and I tested with on the Fluminer T3, okay, so 3 different power modes. So the silent mode, we're getting about 79, okay, terahash, and so that was about 1705 watts. It does fluctuate quite a bit, that I found. So the efficiency that I can achieve on that was 21.4 watt per hash, which is not very efficient for being, you know, BM1370 chips from Bitmain. Then I tested normal mode. Okay, normal mode is the middle ground mode on this one, and that gave us a hash rate of about 96.59 terahash at a power consumption of about 1912 watts. Okay, so that efficiency there for me that I achieved was about 19.7 watt per hash, which is not that great, not what they advertised. Okay, I think we advertised about what, 15. So now we're at the efficiency mode, okay, which is really strange to say that their highest power mode is actually called efficient mode. So I thought, you know, silent mode or normal mode would be more efficient on these modes here, on the lower power consumption modes, but for some strange reason, the efficient mode is actually better in terms of efficiency. So here we go. So my tested efficiency mode, 106.9 terahash, and that was a power consumption of about 2106 watts. Okay, that definitely couldn't run on my 120 volt. I had to run it on 240 volt downstairs. And that's an efficiency of about 19.7. Pretty close in efficiency from the normal mode, as you guys can see. So yeah, as it stands where this model is now, right now, again, apparently is going to be a new firmware update in about 2 weeks time. And apparently I am going to be sent a new model that has quieter updated fans. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's better, and hopefully I can try more pools. Okay, so just a quick thing, okay, this is going to be huge, I know for some people, is the comparison to the Avalon Q. And yeah, right away, the Avalon Q is a lot better in terms of efficiency and just, you know, a lot of things. As it stands right now, it's a lot quieter. The Avalon Q currently is about, in terms of decibel rating, 60. Okay, and that's right to it. As I go farther away, you know, the Avalon Q is a really good, quiet home miner, like an actual home miner, and you could also run this on a 120 volt circuit. Of course, on super mode, if you had a 15 amp circuit, you would be hard pressed to run it on super mode. Highly recommend, at least on a 20 amp 120 volt circuit, if you were going to do super mode on an Avalon Q. But yeah, the Avalon Q, a lot more refined and of course a lot more efficient. So the numbers don't lie, right? On eco mode for the Avalon Q, 54, and then the watts is 843, so that's a 15.5 watt per hash. Very efficient. Then the standard mode, 80 terahash at 1403, and that's about 17.38 watt per hash. And then the super mode that I can achieve on my Avalon Q was 95 terahash, 1720 watts, 18.1 watt per hash. So you can see that the Avalon Q definitely beats the Fluminer T3 in that regard. Okay, so we'll see what, you know, in a month time when I get the new model or the new fan model. I don't know. We'll see if that's going to be better or not. But yeah, this this dashboard is definitely having a problem. I'm getting this E205 error, but it is mining, okay, to ViaBTC. And yeah, again, I'm on version 1.0. There hasn't been any new firmware update for this thing yet, so that sucks, but hopefully it comes out soon. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below for I'm gonna say let's give you guys a couple days hash rate from this thing. Unfortunately, it has to be through ViaBTC, so you're gonna have to make an account there or something, or you just have to give me your username. And so to participate, just comment down below your guys' thoughts of the Fluminer T3 here, and I'll give some lucky winner a couple days hash rate from this thing. Okay, so comment down below, and unfortunately, it's gonna have to be on ViaBTC. Just to compare with you guys here, the pricing of the Fluminer T3, hence why we did talk about the Avalon Q being a better price in terms of just everything, okay? Silence, quiet, home miner, actual home miner versus the T3, which is a couple $100 more, and it's louder, it takes way more power. You're not going to be able to run it on 120 volt, especially on a 15 amp circuit. Okay, you guys saw there, I'm already using, 1705 watts. That on a 120 volt 15 amp circuit is already going to oversaturate it over the 80% rule. So that is a big disclaimer there. I think anyone around the world, or I guess outside North America, on 240 volt will then be able to run on the higher power modes. Hence why I had to go downstairs and go on my 240 volt circuits to test out the higher power modes here. So yeah, there is a couple $100 difference currently at the state of the Fluminer T3 versus the Avalon Q. So my recommendation, if anyone is looking for one of these miners, I highly recommend the Avalon Q versus the T3 at this point in time. Until I get the possibly new firmware update that's coming out in the next 2 weeks as of recording, and new updated fans, I will make another video and update the spreadsheet, and we'll see what the difference is. Okay, just looking at the temperature of this thing at the top here in the front. Okay, looks like we're at a maximum 39 degrees Celsius at the top there. That's not bad at all. Going down the middle, center there's about 33, 34. That's not hot. Down at the bottom, okay, we're seeing that's my Nano 3S back there. So it's about 37 degrees Celsius in the front here. Okay, so let's go to the back. All right, this is where we're probably gonna see a lot more heat. So on the side here, as you guys can see, okay, on the side, a lot of the heat is being generated obviously towards the back. So the power supply area, which is on the bottom, okay, as heat rises, we don't want the power supply to get too hot, but looking at, the power supply there, it's showing almost 58 degrees Celsius at the power supply. Again, hence, this is on the silent mode, okay, not normal or high, okay, so this is decently hot, but it's really not that bad. I guess the fans are working at 100% because we can obviously hear them. But on the back here, where at the center there, it's about 50 degrees Celsius, hottest point. At the top, 49. Okay, so let's see here. I want to see my power adapter. Is this thing hot? Let's see. This thing is actually not that bad, about 47 degrees Celsius here. Yeah, when I was doing the normal mode and the efficiency mode, which is the higher mode, this thing it was saying overloaded on there. Okay, it's an overloaded, and it just crapped out, and I think that's why it stopped. It couldn't really mine. I didn't trip the breaker, okay, when I did normal or efficiency mode on this, but it wouldn't mine at those, so I brought it down on my 240 volt, and then it worked. It then was able to mine at those modes, which again, efficiency wise, was not that great. All right, my friends, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to really talk about regarding this Fluminer T3 other than at its current form, at the current state of this model, it's not great, okay? Comparing it to like an Avalon Q, which is cheaper and it's quieter and it's meant for home mining. There's app support as well. You can use an app to control it. 3 power modes as well, quieter. Yeah, the Avalon Q just beats the T3 out of the water. But otherwise, this thing does have potential. I don't know if Fluminer is gonna come out with a way that, they're gonna replace the 3 fans in the front and the 3 fans in the back to have something a lot quieter and manageable, and just be more of a home miner, because this is, at its current form, this is not a home miner, okay? This is, and by no means, for especially anyone in North America, this thing is not meant to be running at this power consumption at someone's home you know, see it's fluctuating in 1724 watts now. This is not meant to be run at home at a typical 15 amp circuit. That's gonna trip on a 15 amp circuit, 120 volt. Again, I'm lucky. I have a few 120 volt 20 amp circuits here, okay, brand new 12 gauge 20 amp circuits that I can run. But again, unfortunately, I was not able to run on normal or efficiency mode on here. I had to turn it on 240 volt. Okay, my friends, let me know your guys' thoughts. Again, just comment down below your guys' thoughts. I'll choose a winner for a couple days hash rate for this thing. And yeah, it's unfortunately has to go mine on ViaBTC. Okay, I'll see you all in the next one. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.